Good morning. Well, I guess it's afternoon for me. Morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are. How we doing? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Got another daily stream. Hey, 2 days in a row. How about that? Let me get my, I was making coffee. Let me get my blue light glasses on here if I'm gonna be staring at screens. Tim, what's up, brother? Welcome to the stream. 2 days in a row. Man, if I keep this up, I'm gonna actually be a streamer. But I'm not a streamer. All right, cool. Figured we'd be hanging out, talking about some news. I have a few things I was gonna react to that may put on my second channel. Hope the audio is fine. I don't seem to be peaking. Everything looks good. Yeah, we're gonna look at the Black Flag. We're gonna look at the Black Flag trailer. I haven't seen it, but I saw that it's out. And then a couple other things I was gonna look at. But it's good to be on. Go drop a link in my Discord. How we doing, Tim? You doing good today? Here we go. Knock out a quick stream before I go to the gym a little bit later. Make sure everything looks good here. All right. That's the System Shock remake soundtrack for anybody wondering what I got on in the background right now. All right, so it looks like most of the news today is centered around the Black Flag. They call it resynced, but it's clearly just a remaster, the Black Flag remaster. What an odd... I mean, like, I get it to a degree. I think Black Flag was really, really popular. But to start with the fourth game in the series is for your remakes is crazy. I mean, they didn't remaster any of the other ones, right? Like, I don't think they ever remastered Assassin's Creed 1 or 2. Honestly, I would have thought... that it would have been Assassin's Creed. Well, you know what? I bet you I know what's going on. I bet they picked 4 because they want to redo all of the Ezio games because those are so popular. So they probably picked 4 so that they can, like, Capcom, like, wet their teeth and get used to the remake process, the remaster process, and then go back and do 2 and then Brotherhood and then Revelations. Although I will say I did like 4 more than I liked 3. I played a lot of 3 because the combat was so satisfying, but I preferred 4. And I like that you could, like, alter the weather and stuff. Man, is there any non-Assassin's Creed related news? I mean, I used to like Assassin's Creed, but I haven't really been into Assassin's Creed in a really long time. Gray Zone Warfare. Okay, alright, so it looks like everything is Assassin's Creed related. Let me go grab some reactions. Oh, the Clayface trailer. I was going to react to that. That's a good thing to start with. Start with Clayface. It's only a minute, so that'll be a quick one to knock out. Alright. From DC Studios, Clayface. I mean, it's pretty interesting visual. Literally blink and you'll miss it. So I saw James Gunn talking about this. Maybe it was yesterday. He said that they had never intended to pursue a Clayface movie or anything like that. But he said what happened was after they started working on the DCU reboot, somebody approached, apparently whoever's doing this Clayface movie approached him and pitched the idea, and he loved it so much, like a Clayface horror movie, that he said he wanted to do it. So that's something that I like about this. I like that it was, I really like it when somebody pitches a project they want to do and gets a yes, instead of a studio saying, all right, here's a character in an IP, we want to do a movie, let's figure out who will. So that interests me, is that somebody said, I want to do a movie about Clayface, and I want to make it a horror-like film. But I have some reservations. Number one, will it be a horror film? I mean, let's be honest. DC, and just comic book studios in general, don't have the best reputation for producing horror films and them actually being horror films. Let's not forget, what was it? Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness, which apparently was supposed to be a horror film, and there's clear elements in there where they're like trying to be horror-y, and Sam Raimi was doing his best, but it's obvious that there were reshoots and they kept having to dumb it down. That's not a horror film. It's an action movie with like a few like horror-inspired camera angles. And I think New Mutants, which I haven't seen, was supposed to be a horror movie, but I haven't seen it. I don't really know. So I question how horror this will actually be. But the fact that it's Clayface, and he's not like the most popular character, means it could be a little more horror-y. That said, my other concern is Clayface. I mean, he's a Batman villain, and he's not even like a super popular Batman villain. So that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because the fact that he's not a super popular villain means that they'll have more leeway to be creative and unique and interesting with him. The fact that he is a Batman villain means, like, is this going to be tied to the DCU Batman movie? Because everybody speculates that the Robert Pattinson Batman is just going to be brought into the DCU, which I'm not convinced that's not going to happen. But James Gunn has said, like, repeatedly, that's not what's happening. Batman the Brave and the Bold is going to be... Wasn't that movie supposed to come out this year? Or was it 2028? That may be 2028. But Batman the Brave and the Bold is going to be its own Batman movie, and it's going to be the DCU Batman. So does this Clayface movie tie into that? Will he appear in the DCU Batman movie? Or will it be like set in the... Like, if this is DCU and there's a DCU Batman, then they have to be like in the same universe, but will we see them cross over? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm interested though. I think it looks like a cool movie. A lot of these visuals, a lot of these camera angles are pretty interesting. I've never been interested in a Clayface movie, but I do like a good horror movie. The fact, and of course, Gotham City, it's cool that it's in the DCU. I like that. I want to see how that'll shape up. But like I said, my favorite part about this is James Gunn said, I imagine he's telling the truth, James Gunn said that the guy who's making it brought it to him, and that James Gunn and nobody at DC Studios thought to themselves, let's do a Clayface project. That never occurred to them. Somebody said, look, I want to do a Clayface. I have an idea for a Clayface thing. That means that whoever's doing this really cares about it. So maybe it'll be good. We're going to see. Okay. Let's check in on chat, see how everybody's doing. Dizzy, what's good, brother? Glad you could make it to today's stream. Katrino, I haven't caught you in a stream in a while, Cat. What's up? What's good? What's good? Just hanging out. I'm trying to do streams 5 days a week now. So what's today? Wednesday? Today's Thursday. Damn, the week is going fast. 5 or 6 days a week, so I should be around the same time, which is this time. I might do late Saturday streams. We're gonna see. I'm working it out. I'm figuring it out. I'm prepping because I'm about to get a new camera and a new setup, and I'm just gonna be on camera a lot more. So I'm trying to get used to it. We're going to react to a couple more things. For sure, Assassin's Creed. We're going to react to that because, I mean, that's the thing right now. I looked at a couple of like game news sites, and everybody's talking about Assassin's Creed 4. Did I say 3 a minute ago? I mean 4. Let's take a look at that. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Waiting on cosplay armor to show up in the mail, so you've been anxiously reloading the tracking site all morning. Yo, what cosplay? Who you cosplaying as? Please, you got to share some more information on that. I haven't cosplayed in a really long time. I'm a respecter of the hobby, not a participant. I've tried a couple of times, and I didn't enjoy the process at all. And when I finished, I was like, okay, I can wear the suit, now what? Like, I would much rather just go to a con in comfortable clothing. The one thing I've talked about is maybe doing like a Revan cosplay, but I don't know. But I would only do that if I was going to like a con. But even then, I probably still would. That's just really not my flow. That would be like a Halloween thing I might do with my fiance, but as it stands, that's not really my flow, but I respect it. I like to see the work that people put into cosplay. I think it's really cool. It's like watching people like work on cars. I'm not like a car guy, but for some reason it's like satisfying to see people like do like car work who are really passionate about it and stuff on YouTube. So it's like that. I'm big on cosplay, but I don't want to do it. NCR Ranger body armor for courier cosplay. Built some of the pieces for it yourself. The rest of the stuff is ordered or bought. Okay. NCR Ranger, pinnacle of taste. I was actually listening to an interview with Chris Avallone like 2 days ago, I think. Really insightful stuff. He talked a lot about how the canceled Van Buren game, a bunch of ideas got migrated to New Vegas. Great interview with Chris. I need to go finish that interview. I'm only halfway through it. JJ, what's up? Dropping in while you're at work. Love the streams, King. Yo, JJ. Hope you're having a good day at work, man. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Awesome. I am not about to watch this entire fucking showcase. That's not going to be what happens right now. Let's see if there's like a trailer for Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Resynced. Oh, why is IGN live right now? Xbox presented by IGN April 2026 showcase. There's a showcase happening? I'm not good at my job.
That was a look at Albion Online, which hits Xbox Series X and S today.
Bro.
It's already on PC and mobile, it's free to play, and with the upcoming Dragon expansion, it will be bigger than ever. Don't miss Albion Online.
Albion Online? More like...
Okay, we're just going to tune into this, because I didn't even know this was happening. Bear with me, guys. Let's see what's going on with this Xbox showcase.
Kind of like a vampire does, but you know what doesn't suck? Games about vampires.
How's my audio, people? Tell me how my audio is.
Definitely going to sink its fangs into a lot of us. Here's Vampire Crawlers, the turbo wildcard from Vampire Survivors.
Yeah, the showcase is right now. I didn't know either.
Pretty sure it's
live. I'm watching it live right now. You're with me. We're watching this together.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, I immediately like this art style. Throws me back to... This is between GBA and PlayStation 1. This is rough, but I like it. It's rough in a good way. Oh, don't do this. Immediately, I'm disappointed. Sorry, guys. The card game thing, that's not my thing. I thought it was about to be like a dungeon crawler, but it's like a card game dungeon crawler. That's a little disappointing. Whatever. Attack.
I don't go without a fight.
Art style is fantastic. I will give it that.
No, we never left. To kill monsters, to explore maps, to find treasure, to love.
That is a cool little dungeon crawlery aspect, but why can't you just make it like a regular turn-based? Vampire crawl. Yo, is that? No. Blood, use of drugs, and violence, huh? This is Terminator. What's with all these card games, bro? Like, what was that one? Balatro? Balatro like popped off, and now everybody's doing like card-based video indie games. I guess there's like a huge market for this. Really inspired visual design. Is this what is this showcase anyways? Just an Xbox showcase? Mistfall? Man, we missed a couple things. I didn't know this was even going on. Coming soon to Game Pass. Tears of Metal. Why does that art style look familiar for some reason? It's like a hack and slash? Like Scottish Highlander hack and slash?
That was a look at the hack and slash roguelike Tears of Metal, which will be coming day one to Xbox Game Pass very soon.
In the meantime, if you didn't catch it, Vampire Crawlers is out today. But seriously, be careful. If it's anything like Vampire Survivors, it's going to derail whatever else you hope to accomplish this week.
Hey, speaking of games, the April Humble Choice selection is one of the best ever. We're talking games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scion, The Lord of the Rings Return to Moria, and so much more.
Return to Moria?
Head to humblebundle.com and get playing today.
And also be sure to check out the brand new Humble Bundle featuring amazing games like The Invincible, Death of the Reprobate, and more. That ends May 1st.
Humble
so
Bundle's
act
still
fast
going
and
on.
get
It's pretty
yours
cool,
at
though.
humblebundle.com.
Up next, we're taking a look at some fun games that you can play with friends. You want to squad up for this one?
No.
Okay, well, let's at least say this in unison.
Is that supposed to be funny?
Here's a look at Crash Out Crew.
It just makes me... That's...
Xbox
People don't
Spring
understand
Showcase
chemistry
on
anymore.
IGN.
That was weird.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
They have these quirky little, hey, do you want to squat up? No, you're gross. I don't think you have chemistry. If that's the case, don't pair these two. Get them off my fucking screen. Why are these two the hosts if they don't get along? It's just for fun. It's a joke. It's not...
actually forklift certified here.
I'm not laughing.
Okay, cool. I need 2 cherry and 2.
It just makes me think you're bad at selecting your hosts.
I'm ready to clock in. You guys are?
I want to see hosts that get along and have chemistry.
I have a lot of eggs. Watch out.
Boosters on sale.
They just look like they're not thrilled to be there. They're like, let's not do that again. Then, brother, why are you hosting?
Immediately bad. Immediately bad. Okay, immediately very bad.
Should we even keep watching this showcase? Like, this is, I'm not
Oh, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot.
I'm not having a very good time. I'm crap. My cortisol is spiking. My cortisol is spiking. I'm crashing out. Oh, the name of the game was Crowd. Look at that. All right, if I don't see something interesting on this next preview, I'm going to leave and go watch the Assassin's Creed trailer. Condemn Marine, another
flop showcase by people who hate us.
so true, King. My face is being blocked by my own. I need to okay, there's some things in my stream layout here that are dated. The little spinning logo at the bottom right is clearly an old logo that needs to be replaced. I need to move the dono thing. Another slop showcased by people who ate a So True King. This is... What the fuck am I looking at? Thank you, Dizzy. I'm very excited for it to be... Yo, yeah, definitely like take a vid or post some stuff on the Discord so we can see your... Are you going to a con with it or are you just doing it for fun? Oh... Alright, I'll tell you what. We're gonna... Haven't been in chat for... Oh, Peter Igloo! What's up, man? Welcome to... You're not missing anything this time, because this showcase is abysmal. But, yeah, welcome back to the stream, bro.
Welcome back to the Academy.
Dude, as AI learns to code better, these, like, slop indie games are just gonna get more and more prevalent.
Solve any good puzzles lately? What happens if you can't figure it out? Do you think puzzles have feelings?
Alright, that's... I'm at my limit, guys.
Okay, let's not lose our noggins.
We're gonna... I'm just gonna go... We're gonna go watch the Assassin's Creed trailer. Alright, that's what we're gonna do. Oh, new Spider Noir trailer. Hang on, there's some stuff to look at here. Let's watch the Spider Noir trailer. New Street Fighter, Path of Exile. Yeah, let's watch Spider Noir, and then we'll move to... I don't know what Project Mist is, but it looks like something I want to watch. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to do Assassin's Creed probably, unless I find some other thing to watch. Behind the scenes, huh? Interesting. Going to the Fallout fan celebration at Good Springs in November. Might also be going to a con next month, but the Courier Fit will definitely not be ready by then. Oh, the con for next month? Okay. The Good Spring... Where is that? I know about it, but I don't know where it is. All right, let's react to this Spider Noir thing.
Silvermane, charged of organized crime for 30 years.
Someone burned down his mansion a couple of nights ago.
The only thing Silvermane gets off on is power.
He's psychopathic, but also a little bit smarter than your average narcissist.
This Spider-Man is fresh and of a time of dangerous gangsters in the 30s noir style. This all takes place in another dimension, in a different universe.
In a while. What do you say we cut the fancy talk?
I've got a fight coming. I want you to help me.
The Sandman is the ultimate anti-hero. His power of the
Pretty
superhero is
interesting
also what's
take on the Sandman.
This Tombstone is way more interesting. There was something more nefarious happening.
Oh, Tombstone, okay.
Comic book character with a very grounded story.
There's all these other bad guys with powers, but I think they're trying to solve a problem. Dirk is the problem. It's about getting his moment at all costs.
I was never a hero. I only did it for the thrill.
There's still time for you to become one.
You can see the weight of danger, but you get a sense that this is just the beginning.
I like the casting a lot. I'll tell you what, though. How old is Nicolas Cage? I think he looks great for his age, but he might be a little old to be believably doing this. I'll tell you what, I just watched... On Sunday, I watched 007 A View to a Kill. I watched it for a review I have to do on it for Patreon. And I remember thinking, It's Roger Moore's last outing as Bond, and I remember thinking, wow, he's doing really good here, but he was 57 in that film, and he was doing good, but you could tell that they were kind of trying to like hide his age and make him look a little younger than he was. But at some point, it becomes a little. You have to suspend your disbelief a little bit harder, because you can look. Nicolas Cage looks like he's in his mid-60s here, and this is not hate. You know what I mean? Like, you can still do like action movies and stuff, but doing all the acrobatics and stuff is where it gets a little harder to believe. Like, you can still be doing badass stuff in your mid 60s, but you might have to like make it more like bulky and like brawler. The acrobatic stuff, and I know it's Spider-Man, but if you're bringing Nicolas Cage on, I don't know. I have to see it, but it is a little hard to suspend my disbelief for that. South Vegas IRL, your boyfriend thinking about renting a truck or something. Okay, well, that's cool. Yeah. I've heard good things about Goodsprings, although I'll tell you something I did hear, and this was in that interview with Chris Avalon I was listening to. I heard that they have changed the culture there, and it's a little less welcoming to New Vegas and Obsidian fans these days. It's more it's almost like Bethesda has kind of overtaken it. So that could be a shame. I don't know if I'm even going to watch Spider Noir, so I don't know how much it cares, but I am curious. Yeah, Nick Cage. No, that's not right. Hang on. Nick Cage is 62 years old. And he looks good. He looks good for his age, but that's a little old to be believably hitting those kinds of acrobatic moves. And the Xbox Showcase has some kind of Minecraft ripoff. All right, let's look at Project Mist. Turn this up for you guys. What the fuck was that? Hang on. Alright, I'm into the monster design. Not that one. That just looks like you ripped off Stranger Things. But the other one was really... Oh, fuck. It's just a builder game. But still, that could be fun with design like that. I could be into that. Alright, somebody's been playing Death Stranding. I think they need to overhaul that Demogorgon looking design. Oh, we got Raiders. Dramatically gardening. I'm a little conflicted. See, I'm really liking the monster design a lot, and a lot of what I'm seeing in the world design is super interesting. I like a lot of the overgrowth. It's very like horror inspired, but I feel like maybe the crafting and like survivalist gameplay might be. I think they have two tones that are not complementing each other here. We'll see. I haven't played it, but that's just what it looks like to me. It looks like because of the way the game is built, after you've seen one of these monsters for like one or two times, you see them moving and then you don't care anymore. Like I could even see the way that they were like running forward. I don't know what I feel about that. I would need to play it. But what's up, Fidel Cashflow? Yo, that's a t-shirt right there, bro. Fidel Cashflow. That is a t-shirt. Yeah, it's a trailer for this game they just announced on that lackluster Xbox showcase thing. I'm liking a lot of what I'm seeing in the design, but I'm not sure the gameplay complements what they got going on. Project Mist. Yeah, really inspired design, but I don't know about the gameplay. But I haven't played it, so I don't know. All right, let's check in on the Xbox showcase. More. Okay, this looks like a kind of like a Persona like. Let's check in and see what we got going on here. Check back in with the Xbox showcase. I didn't have time to read that.
Thanks for rocking with us.
All right, well,
watching the ID at Xbox showcase right here on IGN.
Tuned in at the very
you just
end.
saw Incombini and Bistro, both of which are coming to Xbox Game Pass. Up next, Kala no Ro is a vibrant, beautiful, and totally unique platformer that you need to see for yourself. Luckily, we're about to show it to you.
Oh, look, they just straight up replaced the host with somebody more likable.
PC.
You see that? He has charisma. He's not like awkward and like, I don't know about this. You need to have a host that wants to be there. I'm tuning out of whatever this is. That's it. No. You'll have to go watch that for yourself. I'm not. Whatever that is, it's not. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. All right, here we go. Let's go. All right, this is what everybody's talking about right now. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag resynced. They're bringing back Assassin's Creed 4. I guess it's a remaster. I heard it was a remake. I can't really tell, but I haven't actually watched the trailer. I've just seen like screenshots and stuff on Twitter. So we're going to watch it. We're going to see what we think. Apparently it's work of progress. Let's take a look. Pretty impressive facial fidelity there. I'm not sure I remember Edward looking like that, but yeah, it's fine. Okay, see, this looks like a remaster to me, not a remake. This looks like it's been built on top of the original game because it's still got an atmosphere here of this is an Xbox 360 game. Like it's clearly high fidelity, but just something about it looks like you just made a 360 game. Or did that come out on the PS4? I don't think it did. Something about this just looks like you took a PS3 game and you just made it look a lot nicer. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think this is a remake. I think this is probably a remaster.
We fly no colors out.
Look at that hair. This is a remaster for sure. This is not a remake.
Here, but praise the lack of them. So let the black flag signal nothing but your allegiance to man's natural freedoms.
Which, by the way, just so you guys know, I do prefer remasters over remakes, especially when they keep the dialogue of the original, because remakes, they bring in new writers, and the new writers don't know how to write.
If a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil. And all men.
Why do modern games look like plastic? Like wax? They look like wax figures. Not all modern games. I think the Resident Evil remakes don't really look like wax figures, but a lot of like modern games, they have these like super high fidelity characters. Like, look, you can see the pores and the little ingrown hairs. It's like, yeah, but why do they look like they're made of wax?
Close of men. We're pirates, kid. We take as we please and become who we like.
But that look ain't you. It's not who you are.
Who am I then?
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work.
It ain't work if you love it.
I mean, there's a pretty good chance I'll play this. It just depends. This is not a day one for me. I mean, even the original Black Flag, I don't think was a day one for me. But I do remember they announced that at like 5 a.m. Because I woke up unusually early that morning. How old was I? I must have been I don't think I was going to college yet. Maybe I was about to start college because that was I want to say that was 2013. Uncanny Valley is rampant in games right now. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely a lot of Uncanny Valley going around. I think it's cool. I was talking about this earlier on stream. Black Flag is probably the one to remaster. At first, I was a little off-put. I was like, why didn't you start with the first game? Or why didn't you do Assassin's Creed 2, arguably the most popular one? But then it occurred to me, 4 was more popular than 1, but less popular than 2. And this, if you start with 4, it's a good chance to kind of get used to the process and create kind of a conveyor belt, like streamline for remastering Assassin's Creed games. Because what I imagine is going to happen is they're going to do Black Flag, and then if this one does marginally well, they're going to go back and they're going to do 2, Brotherhood and Revelations sequentially. I question if we'll get an Assassin's Creed 1 remaster, just because it would be harder, because the gameplay of that one has aged. Like, that one would need a remake. It would need to be polished to play more like 4. TQM Evan, fire emoji. I don't know what that means, brother, but welcome to the stream. Good to have you. All right, let's tune back into the Xbox Showcase and just see what we're dealing with. Oh, I've seen this. This one's pretty cool. I think we're at the end of the showcase, but I saw this. I really like the idea of this one. Yeah, that's one that I kind of want to play. That one looks super unique. I'm actually kind of sad I missed that entire thing, but whatever.
Well, that just about wraps us up here at the ID and Xbox Showcase on IGN. Thank you so much for watching.
And if you missed any of the games today, no worries. Head over to IGN.com or IGN's YouTube channel to catch up on everything. And if you're looking for some awesome new shirts,
this is so hard to watch. They don't know what to do. They're just standing there not knowing what to do. They're so uncomfortable. Except the guy on the right. The other two are so uncomfortable.
IGN Live is back in Los Angeles.
Is this the one that combines 3D and 2D? Yeah, it's that one. I've been really interested in that one. That's like one quirky, Chungus indie game that I'm actually kind of like, all right, that looks like really mechanically inspired, and I would probably play that.
Because they're going fast.
But for now, thank you to our friends at Xbox, as well as the tons of incredible indie game developers who helped make this showcase possible today.
From all of us here
Do you see how relaxed he is?
Today, and we'll see you soon.
You guys need to chill. It's not... Watch somebody invite me to be a host, and I'm just like the most awkward, uncharismatic, terrible thing. I'm talking all this shit, and they're like, okay, you come be host. And I'm like, I make sure to... That was a terrible showcase, and I only caught like 20% of it. I need to do another No Man's Sky stream. That was good. I think I played that for like 3 hours on stream one time. Maybe I'll do a Wolfenstein. Maybe I'll finally do that all-day Wolfenstein 3D stream soon. Wow. All right. Well, it looks like I didn't miss very much. All right. Do we have any thoughts on any of those games, guys? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Checking in on something right now. All right, yeah, there we go. News. Yeah, that looks like it for any real news. Man, Assassin's Creed 4 is just dominating the news right now. That's what everybody's talking about. Which, you know, fine. I know they had their big live stream earlier today. Black Flag remaster sounds pretty cool. Yeah, I think probably so. You are whelmed. Nothing stood out to you. Yeah, I think that's probably a good word for it. It was very whelming. I'm very whelmed. That's Fidel Cashflow, brother. That is the right way to put it. Boyfriend is getting you to play the OG Assassin's Creed trilogy soon. Anything you should expect going in? Assassin's Creed 1, I've always said, is a little bit underrated. I like the original Assassin's Creed a lot. It's actually probably one of my favorites. It's a little rougher around the edges to play. Like Assassin's Creed 2 refined the gameplay a lot more. But the historical elements of Assassin's Creed 1 are a lot better, in my opinion. I think Assassin's Creed 1 is probably the most special of the series because it takes itself the most seriously. After the first game, I don't know what happened to the team, but there was a certain amount of like edge that got like polished off. So I don't want to spoil it or anything, but there's elements in the first game that are like a lot more interesting and edgy, and I like the music way more. So all of the games after the first one got praised because the music tried to be like influenced by the period. So like the Italian element of Assassin's Creed 2, for instance, is much more prominent. But the first game leaned so much heavier into the fact that it's a hybrid. It's a mystery because Assassin's Creed 1 is a game about someone in the modern day getting linked up to a chair that lets him access his ancestors' memories. And so it's a sci-fi story where you spend most of it in the past, but you're constantly coming back into the present. Really interesting. They mostly abandoned that at a certain point, and that's a big shame. But because of that, the music in the first game has a much heavier sci-fi tint to it because it's like hybrid. It's like 20% science fiction, 80% like historical fiction. So it's really unique. Assassin's Creed 1 has a very unique tone, atmosphere, and concept that gets consistently more and more pressed down as the series goes because most people are more interested in the historical period and they don't really care about the other stuff. So by the time you get to Assassin's Creed 4, 4 is the one that did it. By the time you get to Assassin's Creed 4, it's like 95% in the animus and the history aspect, and then 5% in the real world. Whereas the first game was like 15 or 20% in the real world. And then the 3 kind of does more of you'll just have to see for yourself, but the gameplay of 3 is the best of the trilogy. The story of 2, I would say the story writing of 2 is the best of the trilogy, but the concept and the atmosphere of 1 is the best. So they all 3 have their strength, and I don't think any of the 3 is just overwhelmingly superior to the other. To show you what I mean, if you compare the Assassin's Creed 1 chase theme to the Assassin's Creed 2 chase theme. I'm probably going to get copyrighted for this, but you'll see what I mean. Don't collect all the flags or feathers. It's not worth it. Yeah, no, it's not worth it. The ending for AC3 sucks too. The alternate original ending would have been better. Yeah, the story for 3 is pretty brutal. I think 3 might have the worst story, honestly. It gets a lot of things about that Revolutionary War inaccurate too. And when it came out, I remember, because I was really into Revolutionary War history around that time as a kid, and I just read a bunch of it. So when the game came out, I kept playing it, and I would talk to my friends and stuff. I'd be like, yeah, this game is getting a lot of stuff wrong. And they'd say, oh, the game where you link up into a chair to go through your ancestors' memories might not be period accurate. I'm like, fuck off, dude. It's trying to be, though. It's just not getting it right. It's not like it's a blatant sci-fi game, whatever. Yeah, don't collect the flags or feathers. Such a fucking waste of time. I did that as a kid. I collected the fucking feathers in Assassin's Creed 1. Or 2. It was one of them. Okay, so here's what I mean. We're going to listen to this just for a second. This is the Assassin's Creed 1 chase theme. It's one of my favorite, I think it's my favorite track from the entire series. But listen to how it's like mixing the sci-fi element of the fact that you're actually playing as a dude who's linked up to a chair experiencing his ancestors' memories. This is the only game that treats it like that. This is the only game that treats it as if you're playing as a guy in the modern era in a chair linking to his ancestors' memories. All of the other games after this play it as if you are the ancestor. And then the fact that you're playing as a guy in the chair, that's kind of, they're trying to pretend that's not an element. So listen to this track, the chase theme from the original Assassin's Creed. That's high octane. You hear the little background elements. The composition of that is crazy. There's so many tiny little nuanced elements that you're probably not even aware are going on while that's playing. But as someone who does a lot of music stuff, I do a lot of music stuff, I write a lot of music, I compose a lot of music, I can hear how much is actually going on in this track and how much it's embracing the full concept, the full scope of the story that's being told here. Assassin's Creed threw you off when you played the original. You had no idea it was a sci-fi story. You thought it was a tale from the old world. See? Well, it becomes that. So let's listen to the Assassin's Creed 2 chase music. Venice Rooftops, I guess. This is the one that's probably going to copyright me. That's not the one. Venice Escape, this one. This is the one. It's similar. But do you see how much more it's leaning on the Venice elements? Which I'm fine with, but it's missing a lot of the nuances of the original track. Still a beautiful track. I'm not, the point of this is not to say this track is inferior. It's just different. Minimalism is great. I'm a big fan of minimalism, but it doesn't feel like I'm playing as a dude in a chair linked up to his memories ancestors. It feels like I'm playing as the ancestor. This track feels like I'm running through Venice, which is good, but it's missing something that only the original Assassin's Creed ever dialed in on, only ever delivered. Hey, what's up, Fallon? And yes, Bruno Tuner, I do compose music. I actually, I just launched a new music project with a friend of mine from the UK. I play guitar and I do vocals. I scream. It's deathcore music. I'll show that on stream. It's not a big deal because it's on Spotify. Let me pull it up on there for you guys. Yeah, we got here.
A danger to himself and others.
Maybe we'll do YouTube. Yeah, so I have a music project called Crossglaive. We just started it. I haven't been promoting it that much. I'm going to at some point, but I wrote the music and performed it, and then he adds all of the synthetic elements. He does the synth, the production. All I did, I wrote the guitar lines, I programmed the drums and bass, and I did the screaming. Oh yeah, Fallon, you know the one. But just for your listening pleasure, Bruno Tuner, we'll listen to a little bit of it. We're not going to jam the whole thing, but this is my band right here. It's called Crossglaive.
Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing Crossglaive presents for your listening pleasure.
A danger to himself and others.
ahead. Let's skip ahead. You can listen to it on your own time if you want. Let's skip ahead. That's me. Yeah, that's me on the vocals, bro. And no AI, period. There is no AI involved in anything that you're seeing. All of the art is a mixture of public domain artwork from like hundreds of years ago, spliced in with like sample artwork and copyright-free footage. All of the music is written and composed manually. The guitar is actually me playing the guitar. The vocals are me screaming. I can reiterate it if you want. Yes, Jarf is doing all of the production on it. So all of the synth work, all of the reamping, the drum samples. Like I program the drums, but he resamples the kits. So Jarf handles all of that. But it's all done manually. And yeah, that's me on the vocal. I'm really impressed. Usually you get ready to wince a little bit when some amateur musician shows you their stuff. It's actually genuine. Dude, thank you. Well, I don't know if I would call myself an amateur at this point because I'm 30 and I've been doing music since I was 15. So if I couldn't produce something of relative quality, that'd be a fucking problem. So yes, I'm debuting this new music project, but I've been in bands for over a decade. You can't find any of that music because I've progressively removed it because it was never good enough. But this is the first time where I'm satisfied enough. And also, I think that there is going to be a demand for uniqueness. I used to be kind of disillusioned with putting out music. I just wrote it and enjoyed the process. But because of how I've seen so much AI music, dude. I've seen so much AI music on Spotify, on YouTube. There's so much of it just sounds like well-produced, like rock or well-produced metal or well-produced. And by well-produced, I mean conventional. They sound good. And that was always the thing is whenever I was making, throughout my career as a musician, I've always made music. I'm like, it doesn't have that crisp, high production sound. But the problem is now that AI can replicate that, the fact that I don't do that is of significantly more value. Now when somebody hears this, they're like, I don't think AI could do this if you fed my tracks into it and asked it to replicate it, but it can never do the things that I do the way that I do them. And so now I think that because the edginess too, like look at this, what the fuck is happening here? This is uniquely my brain. The visuals, the way that I like mushy, abstract, edgy visuals, and the way that I write has always been unconventional and inaccessible. But because of the fact that now a machine, because pop music has always been streamlined, it's always been slop. But I think people's awareness to that is so much more keen now because they're like, a machine made this. It was already being made by a machine-like process by producers, but the fact that a human was making them made it kind of okay. But now that a machine can put out a pop song that sounds like it was made by a producer, people are going to be looking for something that looks like it wasn't made by a machine. And that's this. All of this is completely free of artificial intelligence. Should stay far away from art as possible. No, it's only going to do art. All of the uses for AI that you think, like, oh, it can do the tedious stuff. No, that's going to be you. That's going to be me. The fun stuff is what AI is going to do so that it can be mass-produced and sold to slop. They want humans to be slaves, and they want all of the fun in life to be sacked away from us. Don't take the black pill. We have to take it back. We have to overtake that. Next, Doom soundtrack. Very inspired by the Doom soundtrack. This was written on an 8-string guitar because most of the tracks on Doom and Doom Eternal were done on an 8-string, except BFG Division was done on a 9. Take vocal lessons for death metal screaming. You don't have to take vocal lessons, bro. You just start screaming. Just start screaming. Don't use your throat. Feel it out. Be loud. Listen to a lot of metal music that has like a growl that you like. I haven't taken any vocal lessons. You just have to do it a lot. Most of the time, what lessons actually do, here's the thing. This is the cheat. This is the hack, by the way. I'm giving you some esoteric knowledge. The biggest benefit of taking lessons for something is that it psychologically allocates the time for you to practice and focus only on that one thing. You could teach yourself to do something just as well, not just as well. Sometimes if you have a really good teacher, it makes all of the difference. But most of the time, if you just allocate an hour where all you do is focus and practice on that thing, it will be almost as good as a paid lesson, because the biggest benefit of the lesson is that you're there with someone who's going to hold you accountable to put the hour there. You could already be doing that. Thanks for sharing. I hope I can get my guitar skill to sound like that someday. How funny. It definitely did sound Doom. Yes, super Doom inspired. We have a full album done already. Like, this is the only track that's out right now, but the next track has already been uploaded. It's coming out May 22nd, I think. Friday, May 22nd. It's coming out in a month because we're going to release them once a month. But, bro, most these tracks have been done for a while. We're just not putting them out. Definitely Doom inspired. Tell you what, because this is a pretty small stream. How many people we got? 13. It's pretty small. How about I show you guys a couple of samples of tracks that are not out yet? You can find that one on Spotify. You can go listen to that one right now. But because we're coming up to the end of the stream, and I'm about to wrap up and go do my other work, how about I show you guys a couple of little samples? Because you want Doom inspired? You want one that sounds like Doom? I got a track that's pretty much done. It needs some tweaking on production. A lot of people have heard this one because it's been done for a long time. So there may be someone in chat that recognizes it or something. But hang on. I'll show you something right now. Imperial Disc is also super unique, though. Imaginal Disc. What is that? I've never even heard of them. That's a band? I have a question. Since you finished reviewing the Killzone series around a year ago, did you try to play the Intercept co-op mode? And if yes, what are your thoughts about it? No, I have not played the co-op mode for... That's Killzone 3, right? I have not played that in over a decade. I don't really have an interest in it. It was. I remember it being fun, but it's not... I don't think that it's worth like doing a video on or something. But it's cool that it's there. I like that it exists. It definitely added value to the game. All right, here we go, guys. This is a track that is not out yet. This is probably not going to be out for a couple of months, so you guys are getting a super early, just because you guys seem to be vibing with the other one. I'm only going to show you a brief little sample of it. I haven't done the artwork for it yet or anything either. But this, because you said sounds like Doom, this is one of my doomiest tracks. So I'm just going to pick a place in the middle and we're going to listen to it. Values my morality. Okay, hang on. Let's skip a little bit past that. Let's do here.
Bloodstained hands can't build a temple or permissive penance for heathen vigilance. Culture is counted before your eyes. Now what can you justify being pacified? Close your weak.
Okay, I'll show you a little bit of one other part of the song. No, not that. Let's do here. No, that's good. That's good. This is going to be reproduced, though. This is not the final mix. All right, that's it. That's not going to be out for several months, so you guys just got an early listen on that one. Sounds tough. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Accountability is key to growth. This I know from experience from having a gym tutor. Yeah. Most people... there is such a life hack of establishing a time and a location for a thing. And we as humans, we resent that. And we hate it. We want things to be spontaneous and natural and flow. We want it to be like, I did that because in the moment, that's what felt right. That's not how success happens. You need consistency. You don't go to the gym when you're feeling it. You go at a certain time. That's why my streaming has always been so bad, because I just did it when I felt like it. And now I have an established time of 12 to 1, with 12 to 1 my time. It's 1 now, so I'm about to wrap up the stream. But if I do that 5 days a week, it will do much better than the sporadic, I stream when I feel it. It's not good. You have to set aside and say, I do this thing on this day at this time. You're like, oh, well, that's how you wind up doing the same thing every day for your entire life, and you miss the romance and the life and the loving, and you don't know what you're like. Okay, do you want to be broke forever? Have fun. Have at it. Damn, dude, that's killer. What did you say your artist name is? I might have missed it. I'm in the office today, bouncing around from emails and stuff. Oh, dude, no problem. It's Crossglaive. Some advice to the boys in here. Atomic Habits is a great read for setting habits. Actually, I've heard of that. I haven't read it. Maybe I need to. I don't have a lot of time to read these days. But I have heard of that one. I'm punching it in. Tell you what, brother. I will drop the artist name right here in the chat. We are on Spotify, Apple Music, all of the streaming services. So punch that in. Give us a follow. We have one track out called Extremis. Yeah, I've heard of this Atomic Habit, but I really need to read it. Most of my reading time goes to Star Wars, actually. I just wrapped up Star Wars Rogue Planet, and probably later today I'm going to record my review for it. That's going to be Patreon exclusive. So my book reviews and my movie reviews are Patreon exclusive. You have to be a patron to see that. Thanks. Looking forward to listening more. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, if you're into that heavy stuff, that's gym fuel. Most of these tracks for this album were energetically written with the intention of you to be deadlifting or bench pressing while you pick it up. You hear what I'm saying? So if you're going to be listening to this, you need to be optimally just off a scoop of pre-workout with a barbell in your hands or a dumbbell, whatever you got to do. I'm actually leaving here when I'm done with stream. I'm getting ready and I'm going to the gym. I think today's probably upper body, so Atomic Habits. All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap up the stream there. I've had a good time. I think I'll probably cut at least one of these reactions for the second channel. If you're not following the second channel yet, Evan Prince Plus, it's on screen right there on the right underneath Evan. Hang on, where is it? There. Go check out my second channel, Evan Prince Plus, where I post like clips and snippets of my reactions from here to that channel. I'm probably only going to post my Clayface reaction from this one, but and then I also do. I'm going to start doing commentary content and stuff on there. It'll be good. You're going to want to follow that. And then I should have thought of this. Crossglaive. It's literally right here. It's on my stream, just right here. Crossglaive, and also my solo music. That's just sporadic nonsense, but you can follow it if you want. Follow me on Twitter. I need to add my TikTok and my Instagram here at a different time. Thanks for chatting, man. Go kill it in the gym with that pre-workout music. Let's go. Get the fucking gains. I got to crash out and raise my cortisol, guys. Do I have anything else I want to say? Oh, yeah. Everything or Nothing video. I'm working on it right now. Probably coming this weekend. Then after that, I'm not going to tell you what, but I'm already working on the script for the 2 videos after that. Good look at the gym, man. Have a nice day. All right, guys. Also, a reminder right before I go. I'm trying to stream every day from 12 to 1. Not Saturdays and Sundays. I think I'm going to do nighttime streams on Saturdays. But I'm trying to stream 6 days a week, 12 to 1, Monday through Friday. It's currently 1 o'clock my time. I don't know what time it is for you, but just look at what time it is now, and that's when I'm going to be ending my stream, Monday through Friday. So today it is Thursday for me. I'm wrapping up my stream at 1. I'll be back on tomorrow. An hour back from now is when I'll be starting tomorrow. So be there to hit the stream, hang out with me. I don't know what we'll do. I'm just streaming. Sometimes I'll play games. Sometimes I'll just be chatting. We'll see what happens. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate you. I need to do some work on revamping my stream layout here. I need to change my logo down there and a couple other things. So you guys can be a part of that as it goes. Shout out to Condemned Marine, who has been a member for 21 months. This bro is an OG. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a great day. Make sure you hit the gym. Don't accept any black pills. We're all going to make it, bros.